Hirana kalia potokurshi hemoto. Hiranaya tokurani kimaya takaya tata. Rohotaya vishitanya kalia potahashaka. Hiropomati hariamukode. Ishtaya mukupara karanda krusha hyarata. Is anything in your life absolutely wonderful, joyful, positive, divine? Is anything in your life absolutely, positively wonderful, joyful, loving, free, and divine? Do you see something in your life that is pulling you towards it, that wants to expand with you? Do you see something in your life that is pulling you towards it, that wants you to become more of you with it in this moment of peace? What is this joy within our being that we want to express, that we want to expand, that we want to feel more of? What is this joy in our life that we want to come together with, that we want to allow into our experience more and more and more and more? What is this joy in our life that wants to be spoken through, that wants to be allowed to be given time to establish itself in our experience? What is this joy that we want to feel in our life every single day? What is this joy that we want to know in our experience? What is this joy that we want to feel coming through us as us in this moment of grace? What is the joy that wants to speak through us, that wants to have feelings in us and around us? Why do we expect that our joy will always be in this moment of peace, right here, right now? What is it that makes us expect that this joy will always be right here, right now in this moment of grace? Because when we're in this moment of grace, this grace is everything we've ever known, everything we've ever seen, everything we've ever felt. This grace is this moment. This grace is this moment. And we're experiencing this grace. We're experiencing this joy through this moment of grace, right? So when we come into this moment fully, right, present, alive in this moment, feeling our grace, feeling our divinity, feeling our peace, what is the feeling that comes through within us? What is the feeling that comes through within us? So let's experience this for a moment. Can you sit fully in this moment? Fully establish yourself in this moment? Can you allow yourself to fully receive this moment? Can you allow yourself to fully experience this moment? Can you allow yourself to fully expect this moment to be you as you are this moment in this period of time that we're in? Can you allow yourself to sink fully into this moment right here, right now? Can you allow yourself to fully, graciously receive this moment into you right now? Do you think that this moment is absolutely wonderful, joyful, divine, peaceful, loving, and free? Do you think that this moment can encapsulate you into the presence of your own divine self? Do you think that this moment can allow you to become everything you've always wanted to be? Do you think that this moment is filled with the joy of your own beloved self right here, right now, in this moment? Who is your own beloved self? Who is your own joyful self? Who is your own peaceful identity in time and space right here, right now? Can you fill yourself up with this moment? Just fully fill yourself up with this moment. Can you completely receive this moment into your being? Can you fully fill yourself up with this moment? Fully fill yourself up with this moment. Feel this moment in every cell of your being. Can you feel this moment in every moment that's ever been and that will ever be? So expand yourself into the joy, into the truth, into the peace of this moment right now. Expand yourself into the joy, into the truth, into the peace of this moment right now. Allow it to fully come into you right here, right now in this moment. Do you understand the grace that's being received as we allow ourselves to fully be completed in this moment? Do you understand the grace that is being received as we allow ourselves to fully establish ourselves in this moment, fully come into this moment, fully reveal the truth of our own being in this moment? Can you see that? Can you know that? Can you establish that? Can you feel that? So fully feel the joy, the peace, the truth of your energy in this moment, right here, right now. Allow it to completely establish you in a divine state of peace. Allow it to completely establish you in a divine state of peace. And now, accept yourself as free. Accept yourself as free. Okay, accept yourself as free. I'm totally free. I'm totally alive. I'm totally divine. I'm totally here now in this moment. Establish yourself as a divine being of light and love and peace and joy. And joy in this moment. What is the joy? What is the joy? Can we feel joy? Can we know joy? Can we be joy? Can we establish joy? What is joy? So joy is our divine birthright, is it not? Joy is our divine birthright. We've come here to experience joy. We've come here to be joy. We've come here to know joy. We've come here to allow joy to just establish itself within our being, because the joy of the truth of the self is who we truly are. It is. The joy of the truth of the self is who we truly are. We have seen so many experiences in our life that have allowed us to be different than who we truly are, right? We've seen so many experiences in our life that have allowed us to be different than who we truly are. But what is the joy? The joy is now. The joy is here. The joy is experiencing us as we experience the grace of this perfect moment in time. So I've come to a point where I recognize that my own joy is the joy of all things. I've come to a point where I recognize that my own joy is the joy of all things. So everything is established in the same joy that I'm allowing myself to feel in this moment of grace, truth, peace, love, and divinity. But where is the joy when we look at someone and they seem to be out of sorts, they seem to be in a different zone, they seem to be having a different experience than joy? What happens in our own grace and our own truth and our own divinity when we see someone who seems to be out of sorts with their joy? Do we allow ourselves to feel more joy so that we can experience the joy of the self within each of us and each and every one of us? So we allow our joy to overflow and expand more graciously, more kindly, more lovingly, so that the experience of joy can be overflowed into those around us, so that everyone can feel this joy that we're feeling. Is it possible? Do you think it's possible to allow our own joy to expand into the energy of the universal consciousness of all things? Do you think it's possible to allow this joy that we're feeling right here, right now, to expand into the universal consciousness of all things? Allow it to flood into you and your being. Allow it to flood into you and your being. Allow it to completely, fully establish itself in you right here, right now. This joy that we're feeling allows us to access everything we've ever wanted. This joy that we're feeling right now allows us to access everything we've ever wanted. Why? Because the joy of your truth, the joy of your divinity, the joy of your peace is your established path to knowing yourself as divine and free. It is your established path to knowing yourself as perfect and kind and loving. So we allow this joy to establish itself within us, expand out from us, and easily and gracefully release everything we've wanted out of our inner being into the world around us. Is it true? So it's like a key, isn't it? We're allowing this joy to expand out from us into the consciousness of all things. And as that expansion of joy occurs, all of these things that we are wanting, that we've been accumulating within our inner divine self, is expanding out from us as well. So this joy is like a key, right? It's like a development in our progress. It's like a perfect place for us to reside in order for us to expand into the consciousness of all things, and in order for us to allow all of these things, all of these experiences, right? All the desires that we've been holding in our heart, this joy allows them to expand into the consciousness around us. Yes, so as you feel more joy, as you allow more joy into your experience, as you allow this joy to expand out from you, as you allow this joy to descend down upon you, as you allow this joy to feel every part of you, every part of your being, imagine it. Imagine that joy is just like expanding into each and every cell in your body. Each cell is filled with joy. Everything in your body is filled with joy. Just see it expanding down into your toes, into your feet, into your ankles, into your knees, into your whole leg is just filled with joy. Your legs are joyful. They're just expanding with joy, 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 into your hips, into your abdomen, into your lower back, joy, joy, joy. Every cell in your body filled with joy, joy. Every organ, all of your organs, oh my gosh, they're jumping with joy. They're so happy. They're so free. They're so divine. They're so awake. Up into your solar plexus, joy, filled with joy, awake with joy, seeing joy, knowing joy, expanding joy, into your heart chakra, joy, 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 joy. Everything that you know, everything you've ever known, everything that's held in your heart, fill it with joy, fill it with joy, fill it with joy, into your shoulders. Yes, release those shoulders, release the tension in those shoulders with all of that joy. Just let it sink into the muscles of your shoulders. Feel that. Whew, feel that relaxation of joy into your shoulders, down into your arms, into your elbows, into your wrists, into your forearms, into your hands, into your fingers. Joy, 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 joy. All of the cells expanding in your body with joy. Do you see them expanding? They're physically expanding with the joy that you're filling them with right now, the joy that you're receiving into your entire being right now. Up into your neck, up into your throat chakra, joy. Because what happens when we have joy in our throat chakra? Oh my gosh, look, we expand in our consciousness of truth, of trust, of divinity, of light, and we can laugh and we can have fun because joy is expanding out from our consciousness in every direction, and we can express that joy, we can express that joy, we can express that joy, and we can feel that joy up into our mouth, up into our teeth and our tongue and the roof of our mouth, up into our nose and our nostrils. Joy, 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 joy. Let it expand into your entire face, filled with joy, filled with joy, filled with joy, into your eyes and your eyeballs and your eyelashes and your eyebrows. I am joy, 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 filling my face, just releasing any tension that I've ever felt in this area of my body. Joy. Every muscle is expanding in joy. Everything I've ever felt is expanding in joy, into my ears, into my ear canals, right? Into everything in my head and my brain. Joy. Every cell in my body. Joy, 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 joy. Up into my hair. Let the hair expand with joy, okay? So what do you feel? Do you feel joy? And now, as we've felt this joy in our whole body, let this joy expand down into our root chakra, down into our root chakra, down into our root chakra. Fill the root chakra with joy, and let that joy expand down into the earth. Down into the earth, and fill the whole earth with joy. So all of this joy that's coming into your body, sharing it with the earth, sharing it with the earth, sharing it with the earth, and she's bringing it back up into us. So much joy shooting out of our head, shooting out of our head into the heavens. So much joy shooting out of our head into the heavens, and the heavens pours that joy back into our body. So now we're just expanding this joy into every particle of the universe, into every particle of every being we've ever known, we've ever seen, we've ever met. Expanding this joy into the cotton candy in the sky we call clouds. Expanding this joy, 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 expanding this joy. Why? Why are you alive right now? Why are you alive right now? Why are you alive right now? Why do you feel this joy expanding into your beingness? You don't even exist anymore. You're pure love. You're pure divinity. You're pure truth right now, because this joy that has expanded from you into the whole universal consciousness of all things has become you. You don't even exist anymore. We're just pure joy in this moment. There's nothing else but joy. And everything you've ever held in your heart, everything you've ever wanted to experience, everything you've ever wanted to see, it's all in your heart, isn't it? It's all in your heart. That's where we hold these things, in our heart, and the joy is just releasing them into the environment around you. And so now the joy of your consciousness, the joy of your bliss, the joy of your truth is expanding this energy of grace, expanding this energy of wanting and desiring out into the universe around you. And we are just consciously receiving everything in the pure divine joy of our own bliss and truth now. Mati karai shata karamata ye koro karaya matari yata kara shata kara kani yata kuru 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 kara shabatayana. So much joy, 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 so much joy. Feel it, receive it, know it. 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 Joy is in your hair, joy is in your face, joy is in your lips, joy is in your teeth. Joy, 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 joy. We feel joy because that is the true essence of who we are, what we've come here to be. It is joy. Everything's joy. You're joy. I'm joy. There's no separation between our energies right here, right now, in this moment. We're just one big ball of universal joy, universal love, universal consciousness, and universal bliss. Do you feel it? Do you know it? Do you experience it? Do you see it? I love you. We're all kind. We're all free. We're all divine. We're all loving. And I am joy, and you are joy, and we're joy, and the world is joy, and everything's filled with joy. So fill your heart with that knowledge. Fill your heart with that knowingness. Fill your heart with that feeling of divine joy right now. Como si. And as we expand that joy into the universal consciousness of all things, we expect that joy to be seen, heard, and felt within everything that we know, everything that we do, and everything that we experience, yes? So walk out into the world feeling that joy, knowing that joy, seeing that joy, experiencing that joy, and knowing that that joy is coming back to you in every form imaginable, every form we've ever known, every form we've ever seen. It's all coming back to us as joy, because joy is peace, joy is love, joy is truth, and joy is God's grace right now, right here. I love you. So much, so much, so much, so much, so much love. So much, so much, so much, so much, so much love. Fill yourself with joy every day, every single day. Fill yourself with joy and see the experience of your life change dramatically into what you want, right? See your life change dramatically into what you want. Every day, fill yourself with joy. Every day, fill yourself with joy. Every day, fill yourself with joy. See this joy expanding out from your being into everyone and everything you've ever known, you've ever seen. Access joy within your own consciousness and allow it to expand. Allow it to expand into everything and everyone. Yes. So I expand you into the consciousness, I expand you into the truth, I expand you into the divinity of all things. And as we expand this consciousness into our own truth, into our own love, and into our own bliss every single day, this joy that we're expanding into consciousness every single day, it is making changes around us. It is making changes around us. Watch what happens when you do this every single day. Watch what happens in your environment. Watch what happens in your pure essence. Watch what happens as you walk through your life every single day in this joy. I love you. We will be back again soon. Hold this joy in your heart and don't hold on to it. Give it away and receive it and feel it and know it. And I'm always here with you and I love you. Koromasiata kamiti komoto mashiata tama pato shatakaleyamata hareke matoko Mashavaka Mato Mashatakala Mata